When you look at a sentence, have you ever thought about it as, well, a perfectly engineered structure? I mean, yeah, it looks like a string of words, but underneath it all, every single complete sentence has this kind of secret blueprint. So today, we're going to grab those schematics and see exactly how it all fits together. So let's just start with the biggest question, right? What actually makes a sentence a sentence? Is it just the capital letter at the beginning and the period at the end? Nah, not really. The real secret is in its internal structure, and it's actually way simpler and honestly more elegant than you might think. Here's the deal. Every complete thought, every single proper sentence is built on two essential balanced parts. Think of it like a seesaw. For it to actually work, you gotta have weight on both sides, right? Well, sentences are exactly the same. They need that perfect balance to get a complete idea across. And here's a really cool way to think about it. Every sentence you read is like its own little mini story. And what does every story need? Well, two things. First, a main character, that's the who or the what the story is about. And second, it needs a plot, that's the did what, the character and the action. Just keep that idea in your head, it's gonna be super helpful. Okay, so it's time to put the official fancy pants names on our story parts. In the world of grammar, that main character is called the subject, and the plot, that's called the predicate. That's it. This right here is the fundamental blueprint for pretty much every sentence you'll ever read or write. So let's break this down, because this is the crucial part. The complete subject is our character, the main noun and all the words that go along with it, describing it. It tells us who or what the sentence is all about. The complete predicate, that's literally everything else. It kicks off with the main verb and tells us what the subject is doing or what's happening to it. So you've got one half that's the who, and the other half is the what they did. Okay, theory is great, right? But how do we actually find these two halves out in the wild? Don't worry, I'm going to give you a super simple method that I promise works every single time. Think of this as your personal toolkit for taking apart any sentence you find. Here's the game plan, and it all starts with the action. Step 1, find the verb. Once you've got that action word, you can ask the magic question, who or what is doing this? And bam, that points you right to the core subject. From there, you just scoop up any words describing that subject, and everything else, the entire rest of the sentence, that's your predicate. See? Simple. All right, toolkit in hand, let's put some sentences under the microscope. We're going to use our 4-step method right now and watch how this blueprint just reveals itself. Let's start with a classic. The happy children played in the sandbox. Okay, step 1, we're looking for the action. And that's easy, it's played. Now we ask our question. Who played? The children, of course. And are there any words describing them? Yep, the happy. So that whole chunk, the happy children, is our complete subject. And boom, there you see it. The dividing line lands right before the verb. On the left side, we've got our who, the happy children, and on the right, we've got our did what, played in the sandbox. Subject and predicate in perfect harmony. Let's try another one. The hot coffee spilled all over the floor. What's the action this time? Spilled. Okay, so what did the spilling? The hot coffee. Simple as that. We just found our complete subject. And there's our split again. The complete subject, the hot coffee, is perfectly separated from the complete predicate, spilled all over the floor. Are you seeing the pattern here? Find that verb and you've found the dividing line. You know what? I think you've totally got this. So, it's your turn to analyze. I'm going to throw a few sentences your way, and I want you to use that toolkit we talked about to find the line between the subject and the predicate. Ready for this? Okay, first up, most birds can fly. Feel free to pause and think for a second, find that verb, ask the who or what question, and just picture that dividing line right in the middle. How'd you do? The verb phrase here is can fly. So who can fly? Most birds. The line falls right there. Most birds is our subject, and can fly is the predicate. Nice work. All right, let's try one that's a little bit longer. The stern judge ruled that the defendant was not guilty. Now, don't let the extra words throw you off. The process is exactly the same. Just find that main verb first. And here it is. The main action is ruled. Who ruled? The stern judge. That's our complete subject. Everything else, from the word ruled all the way to the end of the sentence, is the complete predicate. It's the what the judge did. Okay, one last challenge for you. All of the townspeople ran from the burning building. Take a moment, find your action, find your character, and find that dividing line. You got this. And there it is. The verb is ran. Who ran?
All of the townspeople. That is our complete subject. And the predicate, ran from the burning building, tells us their action. See? You've officially mastered taking sentences apart.
You know, the literary critic Northrop Frye once said, "A sentence is not an item, but a structure." And that's really the whole point, isn't it? When you stop seeing sentences as just a random jumble of words and you start to see their internal blueprint, that subject and predicate, you get this whole new power as a reader and as a writer. So I'll leave you with this question to chew on. Now that you can see this two-part structure that's holding every sentence together, how is that going to change the way you build your own? How are you going to use this blueprint to make your own writing even clearer, stronger, and more powerful?